What's up YouTube, I'm Frogs, and today I'm going to be ranking Wuthering Waves 5-star limited weapons, signature weapons if you will, according to poll value. How useful are these weapons, and if you are, say, free to play, should you poll these for yourself and for your characters? So I'm just going to get straight into this. So the tiers are simply just S, A, B, C, and D. We'll just put this highly recommended. Highly recommend. Well, I'll put that. Everything else is in between. Alright, starting off with a banger, Blazing Brilliance. This is going to go, I think I'd highly recommend. You can use this on any character. Is there a way to look at weapons? I don't think there is. Blazing Brilliance is crazy good. You can use this weapon on basically any sword character. You can use it on the main character, Chang-Li. Obviously, the signature of Chang-Li can be used on Chang-Li. That's, whoa, crazy. I wouldn't have guessed. You can use it on Sanhua. You can use it on Dan Jin. Really, anyone, any sword character you can use this on, except for maybe Brand, because you need energy regen. Yeah, it's just a very universal weapon. You can use it on most sword characters. Next, Ages of Harvest. This is Jin C's signature weapon. This I'm gonna put in A for now. Let's say this is like directly below highly recommend. Yeah, there's two broad blades, and this is definitely the most universal of the two. Poll value, you can use this on any broad blade character and get stuff done, especially if they have some decent damage on their resonance skill. Crit rate, that means you can use a crit damage, main echo, or forecast. Attribute damage bonus, it's just better than attack percent. Verdant Summit. This is Gion's signature. We're gonna put it top of C. It's not universal. It's great on Gion himself, obviously, but you're better off putting Ages of Harvest on Gion than you are putting Verdant Summit on Jin C. I'll put it that way. You can use it as a stat stick because crit damage and then crit rate forecast, but that's really it for usability on other characters, as well as only having the attack percent secondary stat. So Stringmaster, Yinlin signature. This is a highly recommend. And I think it's at highly recommend because you can use it on any DPS rectifier user. You can use it on Jeja. You can use it on Phoebe, Yinlin, obviously. I think you could even use it on Cantarella, I believe. So, and also probably any future, rectifier user could also use this, because it's been that way since 1.1.0. I think it'll stay very relevant. Jeja's signature. I have R2 of this. Rime-Draped Sprouts. I think that's what it's called. It's a stat stick. It's a stat stick. You know, I'm gonna put Gion's weapon in B. Jeja's signature is very, very tailored towards her. The ability can really only be used for Jeja. I mean, you can get the bonus like once or twice. So yeah, it's gonna go in C. Great on Jeja. Terrible besides the stat stick on anybody else. Use Stringmaster. Verity's handle. I honestly don't know what this weapon does. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure it's the most universal of the gauntlets. So I'll put it lowest A. I'm pretty sure you can use it for like all gauntlet users. I believe it has a crit rate main stat, so it makes characters easy to build. This is Shorekeeper's signature weapon here. I don't remember the name of it, but never pull this. You just don't need it unless you are a whale and you want to max out your favorite characters. Just don't pull it. It's a slightly better version of Variation. That's it. That's literally it. Essentially. just use variation on Shorekeeper. It doesn't really work on anybody else either. Yeah, just use variation. It's just better. Ooh, Red Spring. I think this is better than Gion's signature, simply because it's better at providing Camellia damage than Gion's signature provides him damage. So yeah, I'll put Camellia's at B as well, above Verdant Summit. Once again, you can use EOG, Emerald of Genesis, on Camellia, but you can't really use Red Spring on any other character because, you know, it's just not as good as EOG. So yeah, we'll keep it at that. Not Camellia. Carlotta's signature, The Last Dance. I'm gonna put above Verity's, but below Age of Harvest. Honestly, these could be interchangeable. You could swap these. The crit damage main stat is good for building any characters. You can use it on support characters. You can use it on Mortifi. You can use it on Chisia as main DPS. Mortifi. Eventually, I believe you could probably be able to use this on other gun characters as well in the future. Orochia's weapon, Tragicomedy. I think that's what it's called. It's kind of unnecessary. I mean, it's like, I think it's in between C and never. I'm gonna put it in C because, you know, it's not terrible, but it's not needed. So yeah, I'll put it in C. It just gives Orochia a bit more damage, but like, again, you could just use Verity's handle. I don't think you should use Cosmic Ripple, or no, not Cosmic. I don't think you should use Abyss Surges on either of them. Phoebe's signature, I don't know what it's called, but I think this also is going to go in B. It looks cool, is great on Phoebe, but not really the best on other characters. I don't think I really need to say much about it, because this is really just the row for... It's good on characters it was made for, but not as useful as, you know, just the standard ones. Next is Brance. I don't remember this one's name either, but again, it's just the best on him, and that's really it. I think that's what the B tier is for. Now, you know what? I think I'm gonna put his actually below Judges. I think that's fair, because Judges you can really use as a stat stick, just like Gion's. But the thing is, you can still activate Gion's, but you can't really activate Judges, so hers is literally just a stat stick for the crit damage. But Brance is just used for him, and again, actually no, it might be above Judges. The energy regen main stat isn't as good, obviously, as a crit main stat, but I believe you can activate the ability of his weapon, not just on Brant. So yeah, I'll put it there. Cantarella's weapon, I have not really looked at, but I believe, again, it's like a stat stick, kind of just like Jedge's, but I think it's more tailored towards Cantarella specifically. I'm not going to put it in Never, because once again, it is a stat stick, like a crazy stat stick, but that's really it, I believe. So yeah, you could use it on Phoebe, just like you could use this one on Phoebe. Yeah, that's mainly the whole thing. Zany's weapon is, I think, going to be at the top of C. Because no, it's gonna be below Brance, because once again, it's great for Zany, but it's just a stat stick on anybody else. I don't believe the ability on Zany's weapon does anything besides give Spectra damage bonus, and obviously the secondary stat, I think it's attack percent. I think we've defined the I've defined the tiers. Universal and great as a signature weapon for a character. Also great, universal, and can be used very well on the person it was made for. B is the weapons that are very good for the character that they're made for, but also cannot be used really for other characters. And then C tier is just like the ones that are stat sticks. Great on their characters they were made for, but can't really be activated by other characters. Next is Shakona's signature. I believe this has one of the better buffs of a weapon. It has the attack secondary. Yeah, arrow res shred. Or not shred, but reduction. I believe that's the same thing. So once again, this is another. I think this is another stat stick. I don't think you can really use the effect on anybody else. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. There's not anybody else that can apply arrow erosion with gun to get those secondary buffs, but it does just have attack percent and crit rate stat stick. Lustrous Razer. It's unnecessary. Just pull Ages of Harvest. I mean, I know this is just a standard weapon, but you know, there's other standard weapons that are much better and more useful than Lustrous Razer. So just like, don't pull this weapon. I'll put this at the top of never, so that it's separated from whatever else goes in there. EOG, highly recommend. You can use it on any sword character and it'll be completely fine. I think Stringmaster goes up here, and then these two are right next to each other because they are basically interchangeable. It just depends on what substats you roll, you know, if you want crit rate or crit damage. But yeah, I think these are interchangeable. You can use it on any sword character. Again, crazy. It's crazy for a standard weapon. Static Mist. I'm also gonna put do I? Yeah, I'm also gonna put Static Mist and highly recommend. It's I think the only reason keeping these from being an A tier is that they're standard weapons, and being standard weapons, you can get them guaranteed from the standard weapon banner, and you have them on your account forever, and they're just good. So Static Mist also gives a buff. Like, Static Mist buffs the next character that comes on the field. I was going to say that for EOG, and then I realized that's wrong. Yeah, if we look at this here, the incoming Resonator's attack is increased by 10% for 14 seconds. That's an extra buff, as well as giving crit rate and energy regen. And this is at R1. You can get this up to, I believe it's 24% attack for the incoming Resonator. So that's essentially just Moonlit Clouds, no? Is it? But yeah, highly recommend. Abyss Surges. I mean, just like Lustrous Razer, just pull Verity's handle. I'd even say Tragicomedy is better to pull. Not because it's universal, it's just like I wouldn't use Abyss Surges on Rochia. I don't really think I have to say much else besides that. Alright, I believe I'm just gonna do this as the last weapon, Cosmic Ripples. I'm gonna do some tomfoolery. I'm gonna put Cosmic Ripples at the top of C. I think I'm gonna switch that around last second. I think that's fair. It gives a crazy stinking amount of attack, dude. The base attack is 587, and the substat is 53% attack. Like, just level 90, you get 53% attack, along with 587 base attack added to your character, which is crazy. Yeah, I think this is the signature weapon tier list for pull value. I don't think this is controversial. I think this is actually quite accurate, at least from what I know. And I'm not sure about Zany's weapon. It's really good on her. but I believe the ability is just not useful on anybody else. But yeah, I think this is pretty accurate. Leave a comment down below if you think this is wrong. Leave your tier list. Leave your tier list in the comments. I want to see that. I want to see that. Give me your opinion. If you enjoyed this tier list, if you think it was good, leave a like. If you don't think it was good, leave a dislike. I don't care. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, because I actually quite like doing tier lists. I think I'm gonna keep doing tier lists. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Losing all my hope, but I gotta let you know that I need you.